Win or go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Love. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Mixon with a first down carry. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll fake it. Now Luck. Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
3rd and long. It's Locke. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Luck. He's got his man. It's Andrews. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes us 2nd and 9. Throwing is Luck. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 16. Luck going to bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Back to throw, Luck. And Brate, the tight end's got it. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. From the gun, here's Locke. His throw caught at about the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Defensively, they better figure something out. Opening drive, he already has 4 catches.
And if you have to figure out how to stop him defensively, that usually means you weaken your defense. That means that now the offense is doing the dictating, and they should have other things open up as well.
So 1st and goal, and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. Now Luck. He's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. Here's a run with Mixon. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. taking it in from a yard out. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the fourth quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So here are the Cowboys under head coach Jason Garrett as they get set for their first opportunity. Leading them out is their quarterback, the former 12th overall pick. Some refer to him as the natural, Deshaun Watson. First carry now for Jordan Howard. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. On second and very short, Watson. That'll be complete to Breida. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. This is Howard on 2nd down. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try the air now with Watson. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down. The starters defensively now for the Seahawks. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
They held them to just 13 points in the game. And truthfully, you can't expect them to play much better than that. That's excellent defense.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. They'll set up the screen to Howard. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Here's Watson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Bailey's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Back to Mixon on first down. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Check 59, 59. Muscle run. They're running it.
For another Seahawks. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On first down, Locke. Underneath, he's got Brate. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Locke. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Trey Flowers. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
And the Cowboys here on third down bringing in an extra defensive back. Now a play fake, and it's Locke. Going deep here for Landry. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
The Seahawks send out their punter. Back deep is DJ Chark. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines.
Come on, fellas.
Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. One semi-factor, if you want to call it that was brought up in the papers this morning here, Charles. You got a dome team on the road into a cold weather environment, first round of the playoffs in January. Do you think that's a big deal?
Ordinarily, I say no. But in this situation, because you're used to that perfectly controlled environment, some coaches will want their teams exposed to it. If you're coming from a warm weather place and, even getting outside of your dome doesn't really help you, a lot of times they'll go on the road a little bit earlier. Go to a cold weather place, go to a place where there's a little bit of weather and practice there that week before the game to try and simulate the conditions they expect come game day.
His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. On first down, here's Breida. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On second down, a run with Breida. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Throwing on third down, Watson. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Bobby Wagner coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
Partner, the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker, has so many different responsibilities. How excited do you think he was to get home with that blitz?
Yeah, he wants a sack. He got it. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. "51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Play action. It's Locke. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner. Toughness in the pocket, strong and stout. But let's face it, the money, that comes from his arm.
And smart, valedictorian of his high school class in Houston. Then he goes to Stanford. He's got it all. Luck now, only 1 pass has hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Locke. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Joe Mixon, and able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Locke got his man complete over the middle. That's Andrews. And he brings this up to the 46, good enough for the first. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Luck going to bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. A shotgun snap for Luck. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march off another 15 against your squad.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now Mixon. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Out of the gun, Luck. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. This is Mixon. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Joe Mixon with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. Here the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Watson going to throw again. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They run with Breida. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Luck. It's complete to Lockett. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Luck now, just 1 misfire so far after that last completion, 15 of 16. It's 1st down. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, picked off at the 39. Then he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Trying to get it to Landry there.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Matt Breed in the offense heading back out. He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Back to throw, Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. The final shot before the break, Watson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And he will be brought down. His time is now run out on this first half of action. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup, as we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The second of our 2 games here on this wildcard Saturday is at halftime. We'll get back to you two in just a second. But first, let's take a look ahead to Sunday's action in the NFC. A 3-6 battle that ought to be a good one, as it'll be the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, in our game, it took a little while to get settled in, but we were in for a battle royale in this second half. And to call the action, let's go back to the guys who've been there all year, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. One of these 2 teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, well, get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play, because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker Bobby Wagner able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
Very difficult night for the guys on offense. They've got to be looking at each other in the huddle and on the sidelines. How are we going to find some open space to complete a pass and find open room to run? This defense all night long has squeezed down the passing lanes, made plays on the football. It's really been a thing of beauty for them. He's got to figure, all day long prepping for the game, they had to have talked about it again and again. Squeeze passing lanes, and we'll be in great shape.
The linebacker Bobby Wagner able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
Let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys, because the offensive guys are always taught, find the first down sticks and make the play. On defense, what do you want to do? Guard the first down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the first down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing.
Now it's Locke. It's caught. Lockett. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Locke. And Blake, the tight end's got it. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. On first down, Mixon. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, first down Seahawks.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Luck on first down. He'll fire one end zone for Cooks. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Mixon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Throwing on 3rd down, Locke. Hard throw, incomplete.
So they look like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
So on 4th down, Pete Carroll's going to call out his field goal unit. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Now it's Breida. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. A quick throw out wide to Fuller. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Receiver downfield. Offense.
Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. On 2nd down now, it's Howard. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They go counter with Breida. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Faking the give. Now Watson. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Watson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. On the delay, it's Howard. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, Watson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. On 1st and goal, Howard. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. 2nd down and goal. Watson. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. From 4 yards out, as his guys are back within a single score. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. The toss play to Mixon. shedding through the defense. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Check.
They'll run with Mixon. And an alley to run. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's first and 10 at the 37-yard line. From the gun, here's Locke. Looking for the out route, it's completed to Landry. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Check 13.
This one caught out wide by Landry. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be third down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason, it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Back to throw. Luck. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32.
Offside. Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Throwing is Locke. Complete to Washington. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now Locke. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And his kick here is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go. Do it.
Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas first down.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get that little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. On first down, Watson. It's complete to Fuller. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Watson looks to throw again. It's complete. Stills. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That catch good for 5. It's third down. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first.
Touchdown, Cowboys! In for the score, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Bailey got the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards, and it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And here now the offense heading back out there. And right now they're just looking for a little more cushion, trying to make this a 2-score game. Points here would go a long way, obviously, to propelling them into the next round.
And this is where the head coach, offensive coordinator, they've had to set a tone all year long about what they do on offense. So most teams want to stay in attack mode, but you have to do it with some bit of caution, don't you? Because you can't come away with no points. You need these points here in order to feel a lot better about where they are in this game.
But this time of the year, playoffs, game of this magnitude, this is what we hope for.
Yeah, it's exactly what we hope for. You want to run your offense cautiously, but not so cautiously that you just give it up.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Mixon with it. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
The Seahawks send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. And after the slow start, the numbers show he has really straightened things out. How often sometimes is that you come into a game and the defense is game planned a little differently than you expected?
More often than maybe people realize. So adjustments are often a big part of each and every game. And it's not just getting to halftime. It's series to series to make it work. And being able to hang in there when there's a little adversity early and see them able to flip it around, it's kind of gratifying for a team to watch, especially for a coach.
This is Breida. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A shotgun snap for Watson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Gets this to his running back, Jordan Howard. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the 1st.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a 1st down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily. Game
on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on 4th down. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the run, it's Mixon. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They'll run here with Mixon. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 10 yards and a Seattle 1st down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. And that knee will do it. Can't stop the clock defensively, so they protected their home field, got the victory in the wild card round.
And rewarded their home crowd. They came out in force for this one, really supported them throughout the year, and boy, they were something special in this one. And maybe it's their last home game, and if so, they sent them out with a great visual, didn't they?
And a wild card win moves them on to the divisional round.
Everyone plays all year long for the right to get into the tournament, as they like to call it. Wild card, divisional, doesn't matter to them. One moves on, one goes home.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.